Big brother, it's big brother, it's my brother, it's your brother, it's our brother, it's his brother, it's her brother, it's their brother. On past the gravy, bro.
What is going on, guys? It's Past the Gravy, bro, and we are here to recap our Wednesday Veto episode of Big Brother 24. Yet another episode with a veto in which we do not have a veto ceremony. And man, they're really trying to create some drama out of stuff that they didn't necessarily need to make drama out of, because there's enough other shit going on in this house that we could have focused on tonight. But overall, like, what are y'all's initial thoughts? Initial thoughts on the episode?
Do you think that they postponed it because they were trying to figure out how to edit the clusterfuck that this week was with the target changing so much?
I mean, I feel like they've had enough. Like, they could have done a lot more with the time that they had tonight.
Yeah, the edit was terrible. It had nothing in it.
They hit the old reliable. When we don't know what to put in the episode, just show Jasmine being worthless. I actually wrote down twice.
Hobbling up to that fucking...
Twice I wrote down Jasmine is worthless.
I did like that they showed Joseph saying, I think the cane's making it harder for her.
Yeah, production absolutely hates her. Like,
nobody taught her. Nobody taught her how to fake use a cane. So she's just winging it, and it just like all of this is wrong.
All weight on that leg when she's using it. Like, that's not what you use a cane for.
No,
it's
she's limping while just swinging a cane alongside her. She doesn't know what she's doing with it.
Like, you see, when people use canes, they step and then they use the cane on the other, like, to support. She's literally putting weight, and then she's got the cane on the wrong side. She's swinging the body.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
she's all shoulders. When she walks, she looks like a robot that has no hinges in its hips or knees, so it's just swinging the body from side to side.
I don't know if you know this, but when you sprain your ankle, your knee locks into place for the remainder of your stay in the Big Brother house.
Specifically when you're in the Big Brother house.
Specifically, it's a medical phenomenon.
They need to call her in and just be like, look, Jasmine, we're going to have to cut it off. Like, we're going to have to cut it off. You either got to fucking walk like a regular person, or we're going to chop it off. Like, what do you want to do? And she's like, oh my goodness.
I just realized what it reminds me of.
Than a pirate.
Oh, God.
Have you ever had to move like shelving, but it's too heavy to carry, so you just move one side at a time 3 inches?
Yeah.
That's how she moves her whole body.
That's how she walks with the cane.
Yes, absolutely.
That's very accurate.
It is.
I just... She didn't even have a boot on today. Like, I would have taken the cane and made her use the boot before I took the boot and let her use the cane. That doesn't make sense.
The fact that, like, at the house, like, in the house, like, she'll sit down and then undo the boot and then just hang out. And then when she gets up, because I've seen her forget to put the boot back on before. Like, she's forgotten it multiple times where it's like she gets up off the couch to go get a snack to hide. And then she... like, just waddles over there, forgetting the boot, and then, like, sometimes has to go limp back there. It's like, you don't need the boot. You don't need the boot. If you can forget the boot and forget that you need it, you don't need it.
Yeah.
If you needed the boot, it would be painful to walk the second you stepped on it. I think you're good.
Yeah. Maybe next week.
Yeah, I don't know. I
want to start a support group for Big Brother viewers that are tired of Jasmine, and when the season's over, we can just bring in Turner and he can actually be our leader / president.
Is that not what this is?
That's kind of, I mean, he is our
This
leader.
is a discussion. I mean, Allison, let's be honest. If we started this group, we'd have 150,000 people nationwide.
I mean, get to marketing this podcast then, Pat. Seems like what we do every day.
I shared it. I don't know what else you want from me.
Todd on our chat, which you can join on Facebook and on YouTube after each episode. Todd says Britt had stitches. Wouldn't even know that if it wasn't for Allison's feed updates, which you can find at at Past the Gravy Bro, but it's Almar. I always forget the numbers.
7490. I looked it up. Those are the
Almar
numbers.
7490 if you want to follow her
There's
on
no
Instagram.
significance?
She does post awesome.
No, there is. I just don't remember if
feed
I put the
updates in our
zero or
stories.
not.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brittany did an OTEP. She needs stitches on her knee and like didn't discuss it once on the episode because she's not being a little bitch about it.
She's got true grit.
Yeah. I
She
mean,
got
during
grit,
OTA,
determination.
Turner knocked his knee out of place. Like he dislocated his
To get
knee.
it popped back, yeah. But like
The medic pop it back in.
healed.
Brittany could see the inside of her knee and got stitches.
Which is crazy because neither one of them can't
limping.
move their knee, and
Maybe Kane?
Jasmine hurt her ankle, so doesn't make any sense. But neither does almost anything that Jasmine does. I mean, really, we can recap this episode pretty quickly. I feel like tonight.
Mhm.
I thought the veto competition was a pretty interesting veto competition. I enjoyed watching this one compared to a lot of the other ones this season. Beforehand, you see them right after the nomination ceremony where Indy and Terrence are on the block. Then we just play spin or pin the tail on the target because they're just. It's like you're just spinning a wheel and whatever it lands on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what if we go after them? What if we go after them? Okay, let's take Indy down. Go after them. And it was just you're just constantly seeing like, okay, maybe Joseph. You see Joseph volunteering himself to go up on the block at a certain point, which our group chat was pretty livid at that point. We're like, what the fuck, dude? Have you not watched any of this season? If you are a part of
Every
this,
single person.
don't volunteer to go up because you're going to
So
go
dumb.
home. And immediately the second that Michael and Brittany get wind of that, they're like,
Who wouldn't though? Who wouldn't?
he's a big threat, and if he's going to put himself up there, yeah.
It was deja vu of Pooch. Oh, you want to go up? Okay.
Yep.
It was the exact same conversation.
It's good.
I really wrote down just Taylor sucks at being head of household.
Oh my God, Taylor's the worst.
I get it. That's the unpopular
He's
opinion.
not great at the game.
It's the unpopular opinion. If you go to Twitter, like you're gonna get just destroyed.
No, we love her.
But like, wow, she's our queen. She's amazing. She's wonderful, awesome, cool. She fucking sucks at Big Brother.
No,
Just-
she does. And I think that people on Twitter have been making that case because they still want her to win America's Favorite Player. And they're saying, like, who's won America's Favorite Player recently? How many of them were good at the game? You don't have to be good at the game to be the favorite house guest.
Tiffany won last year, and she was pretty good.
Let's
Just-
fly.
Yeah, but if you look
Last
at like the
five.
last 10 seasons and you look at who won America's Favorite Player, Nicole Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
She got good.
if Taylor hadn't gotten
Decent.
bullied, if the first 48 hours of the house weren't focused on bullying Taylor, nobody online would give a shit about Taylor, except for horny dudes.
I don't know. I mean, I like her personality.
She's cool, but I mean, like, would she be America's favorite player, or would people be annoyed that every decision she makes, then somebody else comes and talks to her and she goes, well, you know, they made a good fucking point.
Yeah.
This episode, she was kind of mean.
Wow. Queen
I think
Taylor is
that it
not.
was
I mean,
deserved,
I mean,
though.
I think she was just being assertive this
Watching
episode, actually.
that play out,
She used the
made
power
it
went
look-
to her head.
well, yeah, but watching
She's supposed
that
to.
play out was very different than I think that I understood it from when they were talking about it on the feeds. That like that was very clearly her saying, you know, she told her to not take it, and Alyssa clarified and took it anyway.
I thought she was being
That's how it looked to
sarcastic
me.
at
Stupid.
first. I thought she was being sarcastic at first, but also like that is very Big Brother. Like,
Oh, it totally
is.
is.
it's like, well, you're not gonna. If she takes the veto, it's gonna get taken anyway. So she's just kind of playing that game, you know. And and to get that pissed,
It
was
makes
very
you
petty.
look like a bad HOH because you're going to change.
Oh,
your
she is a
whole
bad
entire,
HOH.
Yeah,
Well,
but
she
like
is.
the rest of the house, you're going to change your whole entire plan
Yeah.
because someone took a vacation from you.
I still think it makes Alyssa look worse, though. Like, yeah, it looks you
It
like
doesn't make
makes
Alyssa
you
look
like,
great, but like,
No, but nobody thinks Alyssa looks great anyway.
but yeah, like it makes you look like a bad HOH. But also, you made the only move that could put you in the crosshairs this week.
Yeah. I mean, that's totally
no,
fair.
I
Like,
think she would have found herself in the crosshairs regardless. Honestly, I don't. I think that gave Jasmine the excuse to do it. I think not Taylor.
Yeah.
I gave Taylor the excuse to do it. I think Taylor. Whoa, don't.
I'm kidding.
Don't. Don't call me Kyle yet, all right?
You're right. I think it gave her the excuse to do it. I think the leftovers would have pushed for it anyway.
Because we saw them doing that initially, and they're like, because they gaslight the fuck out of Taylor, and Taylor's just like, she's Daniel 2.0 in her HOH, where she's like, most recent conversation, okay, like you pointed out, I think it was Sunday, on our episode on Sunday, and the spoilers part, where you like Turner at one point this week was like listening to music. Everybody would come chat to Taylor, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna do exactly what you just said. And he's like, hey,
don't do that.
Maybe we don't do that. It's
you just hung out in the HOH listening to
somebody else comes in. Hey, we should do this, and then
God, I love Turner.
Okay. Whoever said something last to me is great. That works.
Yeah, I mean, she's certainly not. She's not great at the game. She's not great at being an HOH. I think that she did make a good point, though, and it wasn't on the episode, but it's with regards to this decision that Alyssa hasn't given anybody a reason at all to put her up. She has not done anything to cross anyone. She hasn't won anything. The showmance, but normally when you put a showmance on the block, it's the guy that goes.
But the guy is a veto holder at this point. So it's like,
but
she just gave one big reason.
She gave a reason, and so it was no, it's not. But within the game, like you can choose anything to like really like. It was the one thing that they were like, kind of an excuse this time.
Oh yeah, they laid into it, and they were like, "Yeah, how dare she do that to you?"
Right? Like, wow.
Well,
your trip.
They did one of the fact that that's just such stupid gameplay. Like, why would do you want her around if she's gonna have that dumb of gameplay?
I mean,
which kind of you do.
And then I'm gonna convince everybody. Like, she added a laundry list of things for Taylor to do to be able to attack Alyssa and I wouldn't have believed her. I would have taken the trip. I would have been like, okay, change everybody's mind. Do it. I dare you.
Yeah.
I was just so mad that Jasmine didn't get a punishment. Like, I wish so badly that like Jasmine had to do the punkatard thing.
No. More Jasmine on screen? You want more? You want more of her singing?
No, because you would have thought she would have been like in the Holocaust if she had to do it. Like, it would have been like the worst thing in the world. Like, oh my God, I gotta wear this. Can you believe this? This is inhumane.
It would have been like Polly making the sandwiches. And he got real pissed at it.
I wanted her punishment to be solitary confinement with no cameras in the room.
Oh.
I wish she would get that. Because I wouldn't have wanted her to be the Sid and Nancy one, because then somebody else would have been punished by being with her. Although
she said she would have picked Turner if it were her.
Turner would have self-evicted after 9 minutes.
I'm
9 minutes.
I'm out. I'm done. Send me home.
I had also heard that Jasmine thought she was going to Paris.
No. Well, first she asked if London was out of the country. And then she said that Indy was going to have to give her a list of things to see because she doesn't know what's in London. And then she said, I know Paris is there.
Indy is international, so she knows everything. She knows everything international because she's from Brazil.
Jasmine's an entrepreneur. She's in charge of her own self and money.
I don't understand how there's that many stupid people in the world. I just don't get it. I guess our school district was just good, but I don't fucking get it.
Our school district was very good. It still is one of the best in the state, by the way. This is stuff that I have to know for work.
Jasmine was not educated there, obviously.
It astounds me that people don't know.
Say the SIP must not have the same education standards as the great state of Texas.
It's just, I would
say it was a district thing, not a state thing.
Basic fucking knowledge of the world.
If Turner had been in the veto comp, he would have figured out a way to punish Jasmine. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Just like behind the scenes, it's not really a spoiler, but like it is because they didn't show it in the episode. Jasmine's birthday is today, and last night at midnight, while they were all up, she was like, I think for my birthday, we should all go around in a circle and y'all tell me what you love about me. And it was just like, oh my God. And then if you had the quad feeds up, you had all 4 cameras up. Like it was a sitcom. It was a sitcom basically because it was 2 of the cameras were on like the whole circle. Then one was on Jasmine and the other was just zooming in on Turner's face, who could not have been more over it. Like the second it happened, it was just like when it got to him, he was just like, I love you. Then everybody would say stuff and he would just
He was dying laughing.
like he hated it. He would have been rather anywhere else.
Who wouldn't hate that? Who would suggest that?
Jasmine. Like when I didn't know
they're
that
perfect for each other.
Time, but this morning when I saw that it happened, I was like, oh yeah, of course she did that. Of course.
Yeah, of course she did. Absolutely,
She's
she
the kind
did.
of person who wears money, even as an adult, and it's like, give me $1. It's my birthday.
She safety pins it to her shirt.
Just saw you on the street.
Birthday.
I love that I have to go on a scavenger hunt when I want a snack. That's what I love about you, Jasmine.
Yeah.
Snack game.
We'll get to that. I mean, like just getting to the veto competition, running through that. The punishments / rewards, veto, which initially went to Terrence, and then it went to Indy, and then it went to Kyle. And like I always think it's funny when people get mad that you like didn't go for the veto when you were like 4th place. It's like somebody's gonna take it. Somebody is going to take it. It is pointless, and I don't want to just fuck myself with a punishment. Like, okay, let me go with the trip to London. All right, cool. Because I would have rather taken the cash over London. I would have taken the cash over the trip immediately.
You can take a trip to London with $5,000.
Also, I always wonder if those trips are like Wheel of Fortune, where you can just be like, when the show's over, can I just take the cash value of the trip instead?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I mean, it's the same network, and that's what Wheel of Fortune does.
It's just a plane ticket to London. Like you don't have accommodations or anything. It's just like, well, figure it out.
But I feel like CBS might be like, well, this would cost us $6,000 to send you there. We'll give you $4,000 if you just take the cash. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I'm lazy and I don't take vacations. So yeah.
Don't worry. Taylor's Lay's sponsorship will pay for it anyway.
I love that that's happening.
We got our all that in the bag of chips saying.
We did get that
in the clips. The recap.
And then Lay's is also aware of Taylor at this point. They tweeted Taylor today. They tweeted Big Brother today.
Yeah, they said she's our queen.
Yeah.
They tweeted a lot about her today, actually.
I mean, her eating Lay's is probably the most talented thing she's done in this house.
Wow.
I wish she was
great person.
Did anybody else catch? I missed this earlier when we were talking about when they were all grouped up in the HOH. Did anybody else catch Monty's Trump impression?
Yes.
They all did Trump impressions.
I was laughing so hard at Monty's. He was like, great gameplay. I don't remember what he said. He just did the 2 fingers that move apart from each other.
We also got...
and it was a bad impression. America. That's why it was funny.
America! We got another one of those from Monty, and I was pretty excited about it. So yeah, going back to the veto rewards and punishments, Kyle ends up with the veto, taking it from Indy at the end, who was pissed. I don't know.
That camera angle that she was coming, like it was on Kyle, but it was her down the line.
And then she had like she looked different on the veto competition, and then on the DR, she just like looked like she had painted her face white.
I bet she cried.
Yeah, I'm sure she cried. Kyle said on the feeds that as he was walking up, she was like mouthing like, "Don't you take this from me? Do not take."
Like, what else is he gonna do?
Not take it. What's the point of him taking it?
Because he can be like, I'm protecting Alyssa, and they won't think that we're working together in the 5 swatters. Like, duh. Obviously, we're gonna take Terrence out. Like, that's all you got to do.
Well, why not just vote Terrence out?
Because he doesn't want to get Terrence out. He wants to get Indy out, but you just tell Indy you're gonna get Terrence out, so she shuts up.
If I were Indy, I'd be like, why did you do this?
Yeah. No,
I
would agree.
I feel like she's getting crazier by the episode.
Indy?
She definitely is.
She is
and
a bad statement away from stabbing somebody.
She talks about leaving jury all the time.
She said she's gonna walk out of jury.
Like if she said she cannot be the first one to go there, and if she is, she's leaving.
I'm sure there's a clause in the contracts that if you leave jury, you get paid absolutely $0 for your entire amount of time there.
I'm pretty sure there is.
If you walk, you don't get any money.
Yeah.
That's in all their contracts.
Yeah, that is absolutely got to be a clause.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't need it.
Maybe she doesn't need it,
But
she's gonna make money when she leaves the house anyway.
Guilting everybody with like how poor her parents are.
I mean, everybody. Hey, I want $750,000 too. All right.
Which, that's fair, but like, then get the stipend. Go on a vacation and take the stipend. Then
I would just be like, well, Indy, I was actually going to donate all of mine to the Boys and Girls Club of America. So you tell me. I hope that your family's happy, or a bunch of kids, huh?
You know who else is poor, Indy? Me after every liquor run. Okay, so take care of your own business. Yeah.
I'm donating this to charity. The charity happens to be my wallet, but it's still charity.
Always.
I get paid in 2 days, so like right now.
Terrence ends up with the Inc. 182 punishment when Indy took the veto from him.
I think that's a good one.
I really enjoy it.
It's not bad at all.
Fun on the feeds. That he has to put 182 temporary Big Brother themed tattoos that they gave him on his body. Do they make him do it every so often, or does he just have to do it over a certain period of time?
I mean, they will call him. I don't know if they call him to the DR or the storage room, but they just kind of hand him a few.
Yeah, because it's getting pretty funny. As the day
can he shower?
You could, yeah.
Just can't scrub.
You can't scrub a lot.
So he can probably like hop in the pool to just like rinse off.
Yeah, a Turner shower.
Hey, Turner has stayed clean.
There's nothing wrong.
We love Turner.
Don't talk about him like that.
Jasmine ends up going to London, Paris, as we all saw.
They'll send her to fucking London, Texas, and she won't know the fucking difference.
That would be really. What if they were like, dude, she has no idea.
That's what we meant.
Let's just do this.
The number of memes on Twitter that I have seen of her like photoshopped next to a picture of Big Ben that's like, look at me at the Eiffel Tower, y'all.
That's pretty great.
Got some baguettes.
That's pretty great, but I don't doubt that she might post that exact thing.
I know.
Oh no!
Have her in the boot and the cane.
In London, the citizens of London are going to hate her.
Boot in the cane, but like put the Mr. Peanut monocle on her.
Y'all are cuter than a button on a bowl, and they're gonna be like, "Dude, we speak London English, and we don't know what the fuck you're saying."
Shut the fuck up.
A day in a crumpet.
She's gonna cause England to attack America again. Is what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I mean, she would just be the straw.
They're gonna be like, "Dude, we let the colonies go on too long. It's time to end this shit."
They're making people like you.
They had the Skid and Nancy. Which is we get to see that
they are. So it's a play on Sid and Nancy, which
Sid murdered Nancy, and then I think he overdosed on drugs himself. So it doesn't end well.
No, and like they didn't. Joseph,
but that's not a bit. That's not a thing they're doing.
Taylor does not know who they are. She just said that they told her that they're an iconic punk couple. And she said something along the lines to her Skid. That's a terrible sentence. And said that, like, I don't think he was, I would just have to guess that I don't think he was a very peaceful guy. And they cut the feeds.
He wasn't.
Like, if you're going to choose this, then you better let them talk about it.
Yeah.
But I also didn't know if they were trying to, like, I know whatever Indy has to do in her punkatard with the drums and all that, they keep cutting the feeds for that. So we can't ever really see that. It makes it seem like she's singing a song or having to play the drums, which I'm honestly not upset that they're cutting the feeds for that because I don't really think I want to see that. She seems like she's not going to be the best at singing or a lot of those things.
I think she has to do both, and she has to get somebody else to join her band.
Oh, fun.
But so the Skid and
Turner, come on, it's gonna be fun.
The Skid and Fancy / Sid and Nancy punishment. Taylor gets to pick somebody. She ends up picking Joseph, and they are chained together for 48 hours, wearing like leather jackets. She has a blonde wig, and he has to speak in a British accent, and she has to speak in a New York accent. And
I was wondering why he was doing that on
the best part of it.
Well, because they keep showing like funny
like
like serious conversations, and he's like, "Well, I don't know, mate."
Hers is really bad.
Yeah, she'll just she just does like
terrible.
Yeah, she just like finishes with, but like originally Joseph was just saying "mate" at the end of everything he said, and that was it. And then I think they were like, "Dude, you really gotta like throw on an accent."
It's getting good.
But it's funny when they have serious conversations and he's whispering in like a London accent.
Well, yeah, because they were whispering in their normal voices, and then the voice came on and said that like something along the lines of, "Remember, you need to complete your punishment completely, or the consequence punishment, I don't know, is a penalty nom."
They overdose you on heroin. That's what they do.
They stab you with a butter knife.
They really
or if you're Taylor, he's gonna have to murder you. So I wouldn't want to go down that route if I were them. But it's been pretty funny. I don't think that that Taylor and Joseph kind of getting to hang out. Like that's been pretty entertaining. The cash, Alyssa gets the $5,000, and Indy gets that punkatard, which she absolutely hates. I just wish Jasmine had the punkatard because it would be the end of the world.
I was certain when they picked players because I knew the outcome and I knew Joseph was involved, and I thought that Jasmine quit and they had to replace her with Joseph.
So she couldn't compete on something that you
so
stand and bounce the ball on.
How did he get involved in this?
I wish. No,
because of my fear of heights and the fact that there is a stage, I will be refraining from this competition.
PTSD from the stage.
It was maddening watching her participate.
Yeah.
Everything she does is maddening.
It's just I literally, guys, my ankle's injured. I can't throw a ball. I'm just gonna dribble it 2 feet in front of me every time. Like it wasn't even a strategy. I don't think it was.
To go.
No,
she had to like last every time.
I don't know if it was her strategy, but I do think it is a strategy because a few people got out with a 0, and right in the front 2 frets was a 1 and a 2.
Well, yeah, no, but then Kyle.
Time,
I mean,
though.
When Kyle did it,
they should spin it and like they should change it up the order because she got to see what she had to go up against 100% of the time and be like, bleep bleep bleep. All right. I guess it's
like Indy, she just had to get 2, and it was like, why did you throw the ball so far to get 0? Like all you had to do was just do the little bounces.
Yeah.
I'm gonna celebrate like when Jasmine finally gets knocked off of the show. Honestly, guys, I don't think you'll want me on the podcast that night because I'm gonna be so drunk and happy.
I'll be really happy as well. We might have to pop out some champagne.
Oh, does everybody buy champagne and wait for that episode? Then we all pop it together?
Yeah, I can buy champagne in 2 days.
Yeah.
When I get paid, sure.
Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, so Kyle takes the veto. Then Indy was pissed at Kyle. Taylor was pissed at Alyssa. We had the whole conversation where most of the leftovers, Brittany, Monty, Taylor, and Joseph basically being like, fuck her. This is our time. We got to get Alyssa out. Michael comes in and be like, it's kind of dumb, but doesn't really speak up, even though initially at one point Michael and Brittany were the people suggesting that. Michael and Brittany have been just stirring up chaos all week.
Oh, they have. They've been trying to play the middle because they're jealous that Kyle and Joseph are playing the middle, which, like, fair.
And then Michael was mad about them playing the middle, but it's like, you can't be mad if you're also playing the middle.
It's like, well, we'll take Kyle and we'll start this other alliance with the other side of the house. And it's like, but that's what you think.
We'll join his White Alliance and everything will be great.
The final solution is what he's calling it.
The silent majority.
The Kooky Clan.
I'm not calling it that. That was the episode ends and they make it seem like the leftovers are going to throw up Alyssa as a replacement nom when Kyle uses the veto. They did not show us the veto ceremony, so we need to see that. Tomorrow we have a 2-hour episode. They're going to shake up the house more than they ever have. We're going to get kind of into some of that here. So if you don't want to know anything going down tomorrow, then this is your time to tune out at Pass Gravy Bro on Twitter. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Emma's at Little EM Tweets. Allison is at Affable Allison. And Pat is at Not Pat Dion. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. If you're listening, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. If you're watching, go subscribe to the podcast. Wherever you listen to podcasts, give us those clicks on both options that you can check us out. And then if you don't want spoilers, this is your time to tune out because
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
all right. So Kyle doesn't use the veto. Duh. Knowing that Alyssa would be the replacement nom. And as of right now, Indy's going.
Yeah. Although Michael
The target is shifting all over the place.
Michael today said that he wanted to vote for Indy to stay.
And they were talking about possibly even doing a 4-4 split to make Taylor kind of have to do
I like that.
the decision.
Get Terrence out.
Which
She's not gonna
then
win
kind
anyway.
of gets some blood. Yeah, like get some blood on her hands. I don't hate that idea, and that kind of caused some drama.
They've moved away from it, but I think
It was a discussion at least. And it was
Yeah,
really funny when
it
Joseph was
definitely
talking
was.
about that with a British accent.
yeah, it was Joseph trying to save his game because he doesn't want blood on his hands, and he knows that like he's gonna lose Indy's vote for betraying her. If she stays and can vote.
Yeah.
But Taylor said that she didn't want to have to do that, which fair. And so I think he said that he was going to tell Indy tonight that he was voting her out.
I'm sure she'll take that.
She's gonna be mad.
Yeah.
Also, Indy leaving in a punkatard is going to be pretty funny.
I would not tell Indy until like 30 seconds before the cameras came on
too.
eviction night.
Hey,
Like,
sorry.
are you kidding me? I think I'm sorry, but like
We're back. Julie's talking to us.
we all just decided that like we knew you'd go psycho, and we couldn't deal with that for a week.
Yeah, I'm afraid of you.
You
and
go
that's why I'm
Nancy
telling
on
you
it. I
now.
mean, sit on all of us.
Honestly.
She's gonna
But
hunt them
yeah.
down and stab them with sex toys.
I feel like Indy is going home tomorrow. We do have a 2-hour episode. It looks like what they're going to do is split the house in half. There's going to be half of the house will be separated from the other. One of them will be in the backyard. I've heard multiple stories of there's going to possibly be like a tent set up for them to stay in. It makes it seem like
campers
it's
or
a
something.
week-long thing, though, right?
Yeah, from
Exact mirror version of the house.
yeah, they're gonna build the whole house again. Yeah, no, from what I've seen, it's gonna last all week. And like I'm curious if it is gonna be like in Survivor where they don't even get to see the other side of the house until they come back together and see who was voted out.
Ooh.
Then
I like
they
that.
take them to the Survivor Island and make
They
them
throw
actually
them
have to
into
build a
Fiji.
shelter. And you're like, how did I get this? I don't want to go to Fiji. Well, figure it
Oh,
out.
they're still starting at 8:00 tomorrow, though. Oh, I was really hoping that was gonna be a.
Yeah,
No, they weren't gonna bring that.
we'll be
early.
here. We'll be here. Polly says, hide all the knives if Indy's going home. Yeah, no, that's not.
Seriously.
All the knives are already
Not
hidden.
wrong.
So are we getting the double eviction this week?
It's a double eviction Thursday.
Not
Because-
not
but it's-
tomorrow, but the following.
But it's
Oh,
not
so-
a traditional
so next
double
week.
eviction where it's
Yeah.
going to be HOH, Veto, all in the show. You're going to get 2 evictions
Cheaper.
after a week. They do,
Yeah.
they do this in Survivor. They've done it a couple times, and it's kind of fun because you're like, oh, shit, I wasn't working with them. And I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a random draw. I'm really hoping it's a random draw because that kind of changes things up. I hope it's not like a draft where you just get to pick.
Yeah.
That would suck because obviously then it would just be gamed. And I want the twist to not be gamed. I would like it to be like you go to in Survivor, they go rocks or who like here, pull this buff out and whatever
Yeah.
buff you get, that's the tribe you're in. At that point, somebody's gonna get fucked, some people are gonna get lucky. There's gonna be one that's gonna have mostly leftovers in it, but then the other one, that'll be the fun one to watch that week. They're going to
According
do
spoiler girl. She does not think that it is going to be random.
she's also changed her mind about 12 times on that.
I know. Well, she said that she keeps asking and keeps getting ignored.
She sounds like a great friend.
She's putting the.
You know, I prefer a lesser known girl on Twitter, but it's BB spoiler girl with the
I've
U. I
seen
want to say.
her.
I've seen her. She's like way less followers, but I like her spoilers more.
Yeah, it's like the same information, but
similar,
can't
but usually
stand
more
the
accurate.
beautiful.
Well, it's without all the other shows. It's just Big Brother.
She doesn't tweet 4,000 times a day either about like, oh,
my
rich.
husband's out of town.
I'm rich and I live in Santa Barbara. I have a chef.
Somebody else is giving spoilers. Let's dox him.
Yeah. So if y'all look,
I asked about this, but they haven't answered. More information coming later.
Here's my breakfast.
Information.
Yeah, like, hey, if you're not giving out spoilers, nobody really cares. If you guys want to still chat, I'm here to chat. Bold
Here's a
on.
spoiler of my lunch. It's not a spoiler.
Felicia says, so when they mesh the houses back together, 2 people will be gone. Yeah, so they're going to have, like, basically, like, I'm assuming it's going to be the exact same HOH comp from both sides. They'll both compete in. Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't be. They'll both compete in them. You'll have 2 different HOHs. Those HOHs will both nominate 2 people on their half of the house. Then that half will go. One half will go first. They will have their eviction like a regular eviction, but just with that half. The other half will then do the exact same thing. So instead of a double eviction where it's boom, okay, this guy just went home. This guy just went home. All right, now we're going to have an HOH comp. Okay, that's fast. We're going to come back from break, nominate. Okay, that's fast. We're going to come back from break, veto comp. Then commercial break, veto ceremony, commercial break, eviction. Like that's usually how the double eviction goes. You're going to have 2 people go out at this like around the same time on Thursday because of 2 separate votes.
So this is what I don't get. Is it going to be you split the house? Half the house votes on this eviction over here and half votes over here, or when it's time for
you only
evictions,
vote on the side of the house you are on.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was that, or when it's time for eviction, everybody still votes, but all of a sudden you just get told it's this person or this person. Okay,
Todd,
that would be crazy.
Says, what if each half puts up 1 nomination and both sides get back together to vote? But then you would only vote out 1 person.
Yeah, it's got it. They're definitely getting rid of 2.
It'll be interesting because you have half as many people that cuts down so many people that you can nominate. Maybe you're working with a lot of those people. Like I love the leftovers, but it'd be really entertaining for there to be like an almost all leftovers side of that.
Somebody ran the odds on that, and there's 7% chance that there will be all leftovers in one group.
Oh.
It's just a 7% chance.
So somebody outside the leftovers will be.
It could be
leftover.
It could be that it's. I don't know.
There's a rainstorm, says B-Bean.
They've got to have some sort of shelter.
Yeah,
or
then
like
they put did they put a tarp over it?
Are they going to get a yurt? Are they going to go glamping in the backyard?
Well, yeah, I mean, there has to be a tarp because otherwise then we already know drones are a problem and the spoilers are out that this is going to happen. People would just be flying drones into the competition.
I don't think people realize what a big deal B-Bean is. He's always on He's always chatting with Taryn Armstrong.
It's a great name, by the way. Shout out B-Bean.
I love B-Bean.
It'd be more fun if each side votes to evict a nominee from the other side blindly.
Oh, that'd be good.
That would be very cool. I just think, isn't it? So it'll be, there's 5 people. There's going to be 5 people on each side. Isn't it the final 5 where, if my math is correct, and we know how I am at Big Brother math, that if somebody who's not on the block wins the veto and veto somebody who is, then that forces the renom to be the other person. There's no other choice, right?
HOH.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Veto wins.
Yeah.
So then that might put a leftover in danger.
We kind of need that. We need the leftovers to flip flop, so it's not a boring couple of weeks. And I like the timing of where it is.
I like B-Bean's idea right here, though. Like
Yeah.
That all of a sudden you walk in and Julie goes, do you vote this person or this person? It was on the other side of the house. You don't know what's happening. And all of a sudden it's just,
that would be
who are you voting? And you have to make a snap decision right there on the spot. No time to plan with other people.
Julie, I'm going to London.
I'm going to London.
I really just hope that whatever the outcome is, that Jasmine is one of the people sent home on Thursday next week.
I mean, yes.
Just wouldn't hurt. Nobody would be upset.
You sound like you're from London.
London. I would love for her to be one of the people that goes to the jury house.
I would feel so bad for the other people in the jury house.
It's Indy. They get along.
Yeah,
care.
I wish Jasmine would have had to go out this week. Like,
I know.
On her
But it's her
Taylor-
birthday.
Taylor
You can't
had
nominate me on my
her
birthday.
reasons.
It's my birthday week.
My birthday.
Taylor did have her reasons not to put her up, but I just wanted Jasmine to have to be
I
in
know.
that house by herself.
I know.
Although then she would have probably hidden all the snacks, because that is another thing like that's gone on in the feed. Like they found out that Jasmine's just been hiding all the fucking snacks she could find all over the house. She apparently
she went
opens
after
like
Alyssa for it.
The squirrel.
yeah,
She like went up
Squirrel.
to Alyssa and was
That's her
like,
nickname.
"Those baked barbecue lays aren't there anymore. You asked if you could eat some yesterday. Where
yeah,
are
and then
they?"
you hid them from me, so I couldn't. So I found them and I ate
No,
them.
I think
'cause you
Alyssa knew
don't
where
own
they
them.
were hidden.
Well, that they all know where they're hidden because she's shitty at hiding them. Like, and
She
they're
put
like
them in the
sitting down on
cabinet
a
in the
couch, being like,
storage
"What is
room.
this?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they sent Terrence
Okay.
downstairs to grab them all so
That
they could
was
eat them.
So funny.
Dude, she was
Or not
like, what did
Terrence.
she do yesterday? Yesterday
Turner, yeah.
she
Turner.
sent Alyssa. Alyssa was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go in the house and get something," and then she was like, "Will you grab?" And she like listed like 6 things she needed Alyssa to grab for her, and then Alyssa filled up her water bottle, brought it out to her, and she's like, "Did you fill this up? Where'd you fill this in?" And she was like, "In this thing." She's like, "Could you fill it from that cooler right there?" And Alyssa was like, "Oh, okay." Like I was like, "No, Jasmine, get your fucking ass up."
The
That-
amount of like wherewithal that somebody could have to demand somebody like does things for them literally all the time, and then also gets like, you're so mean to them. Like she was like telling Alyssa like, "Gross, I can't believe you're barefoot.
She's so
You just got out of the
condescending and everything, yeah.
shower. That's so gross that you're barefoot." And
Yeah, well, you hide snacks. Shut up.
Alyssa called her judgmental, and then she was like, "I'm not talking to her anymore. But you'll tell her to go get you stuff."
Polly
that-
says maybe Big Brother will make that a challenge. You have to find the hidden snacks. Jasmine,
opposite
that
of
she might be
Veto.
HOH if that's an HOH comp.
Well,
Oh no, that would be funny because all of a sudden she'd be sprinting around and she'd be like, "I know every hide spot there is to have."
I know where my snacks are. I'll find that granola.
If they do hide and go veto,
It's
Jasmine
like
is
my scooter
100%
snacks.
going to be the worst at it. She's like, "I hid it under the couch. No one will look there.
I opened a cabinet and put it right there.
They will never think that I could store something in the storage room."
Wow. Actually, I don't think they're allowed to go in the storage room.
I'm
for that,
sneakier
but-
than a fox at night.
Did you know these kitchen cabinet doors open? I put my veto right in there. Nobody will know.
I hid my
Turner's-
snacks in the
Turner's
drawer where the trash
disgusting
bags
her.
are.
Is everybody like, that's what's getting everybody through watching her dumb shit she does on the feeds, where it's just like
Yes.
the fact that like Turner doesn't say anything to you, but like just is like, "Oh,
Here we go
oh
again.
my god."
I think he is the best example of any season I've watched of the person that I hated the most going in. That I love Turner more than maybe anyone I've ever watched on this show now.
outside of Paul, I'm pretty much like, he's like a complete 180.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Like,
he's great.
If he calls her a cunt, I'll Venmo him my entire bank account.
He won't do that because he's a respectful kind of dude. I feel.
I know, but it's
He
just
loves the earth.
I don't find an issue with that word.
what does that have to do with the C word?
That's part of it.
Mother Earth,
Ah.
expensive.
To the point. God, Jasmine's gonna be so annoying.
He's gonna make her a rug after the show. He's gonna be like, "I'll make you a rug." Like I'm gonna make
that's
everybody in the house a rug, and the one he gives her is just gonna be the fucking middle finger.
I was gonna say a boot.
Or he just
okay.
won't make her one.
Oh,
That would hurt her the most.
You know, in his head, he's been working on a. Glad we finally gave her the boot pun for when she finally.
Oh, I
he's-
can't wait.
Dude, his DR is gonna be like he's working on this more than
His
any
goodbye
speech he could
speech
give in the
is gonna be
house.
gold.
If he votes,
Sorry, Jasmine, we didn't mean to give you.
so
the
excited to vote to evict her.
Jasmine,
He's
we're all
so
gonna
done
miss
with
you,
that.
but there was 2 people on the block and somebody needed to get the boot.
The boot.
Hope your ankle heals in jury.
Or I just hope
I
his-
can't
See you never.
wait to see you outside the
can't.
house.
I hope it cuts to him like she sees the DRs of everybody saying bye to her, and it cuts to Turner, and it's just him going.
See you
Bye.
later.
Um,
Thank
Yeah, but like-
God.
Her hiding the snacks and then getting mad that other people are like finding the snacks. It makes no sense.
It's
It makes no sense, and it makes like
it's community food. It's not hers. She's not
Yeah.
buying it.
you don't own it. It's not your HOH food.
She's really immature.
I did love that she went and asked the DR for more chicken wings, and they told her that they have decided that chicken wings were a luxury item and could only come in HOH baskets.
See, that just proves that production hates her.
That would be really funny if like
chicken is literally the cheapest thing they can feed them. It's chicken.
I'm sure their sound people are so sick and tired of listening her eat chicken wings.
Oh, dude, I would do sound like this. The headphones would just be off of my head the whole. Fuck this bitch.
Okay, so this is the thing. A Sprite cake, that's like a thing. I know that.
I've never heard of it.
You're supposed to put it in the batter, right? You don't pour it on top.
You definitely do not do that.
Did they use any of like the 18 open Sprites that Jasmine leaves all over the house? Because apparently, like Brittany was saying that she found, like she's like, I found like 7 or 8 open half-drank cans of Sprite, and I just poured them all into one, and I gave it to Jasmine, and she was pissed about it. And Turner was like, "Oh, I just throw those out."
Yeah, that's the video you guys sent earlier when she goes, "Is this a new Sprite?" She's like, "I don't know."
Yes, just stick it in the fridge for a little bit. I get a cold.
I would. She'd be like, "Can you get me this?" I'd be like, "No, but can you get me this? Can you go get it?"
Drop it on the floor first.
Like my parents would buy, like they'd buy like a 12-pack of sodas when we'd be home for the summer and stuff. And when we were like in elementary school, and like you'd have your friend come over that like took a sip of it, set it down, and left you. No, you just wasted a whole Coke.
There's only 12.
Like Jasmine is the person that does that, but it's the whole fucking case. Oh,
I would go full petty. Like if I found one of those Sprites, I would walk to her bed and just pour it on it.
Oh.
I would secretly start
doing that. I think you get in trouble
that.
for that. I think you get in trouble for stuff like that.
No. I think regularly you would. I think production this time would be like, we didn't see it.
No.
Remember when Evil Dick got? Who was it that got mad at Evil Dick and he had all his cigarettes and they just poured water in them? Or they just poured threw him in the pool?
I don't know, but he definitely burned Jin with a cigarette.
Yeah, he what was it? Fire.
No, I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but it was like he had his whole carton of cigarettes and they just put it in the pool so he couldn't use it.
That's pretty fucking evil.
But Gin City, was that season?
No.
Gin City.
It was the girl who cried at her picture when she saw it on the memory wall. She's like, "That's the ugliest picture I've ever seen of myself," and it was like,
to be fair, that's kind of a nightmare.
Yeah, she's the second person ever where the red units are.
I would be that guy that like now if you smoke, I feel like they won't even let you on the show because I haven't seen it in forever. But then I would show up to the house.
No, they let you. Every couple of seasons, there's somebody that does smoke.
Yeah,
I haven't.
Rockstar smoked.
Oh, she did. Oh, well. Also, anytime she was shown at all, I just changed the camera when I watched the feeds.
What?
I fucking despise.
I'm so surprised.
They were talking about fan favorites one. Somebody on Twitter was talking about
it's like Jasmine and her.
Rockstar was like the third person listed, and I was just like, no, she's not coming back. Her daughter was a bigger deal on Big Brother than she was.
Yeah.
No, she was the worst.
Taylor is going to be a fan favorite, so she'll come back. No, we don't need Taylor back.
I don't think she would want to come back.
Rockstar was like the worst example ever of fake accent I've ever seen. It's like half the time she's talking like this, normal conversation, she's good. And then I get angry, and all of a sudden I got this sexy ass accent.
You not be talking to me. I was like, what?
Well, you sounded like Foghorn Leghorn right
She would fucking change it.
I said, you better not talk bad on the day of my daughter's birthday.
I'll sit on you.
About my daughter.
No, like she had like fake ghetto accent that she would throw on, and I was
she was like, it's Baltimore.
It's just you were just gonna let her get away with this online, okay?
When she started doing that to Brett, that was like they didn't like after the episode aired. He's like, "Why are you talking like that? Why are you talking like that? Just own it. Just own it."
My daughter's birthday.
My daughter's
How dare you?
What's the day? of my daughter's birthday. I'd be like, I don't give a fuck about your daughter. Fuck your children.
That's what Brett did.
I bet that was her daughter's best birthday.
That's where I would have crossed the line. I would have been like, this is your daughter's best birthday because you're not there. And then everyone would fucking hate me.
No, because like that was like that. The energy Brett had on that is like you never lose an argument, even if you're 100% in the wrong, which he was, because he did do all the things she was accusing him of doing.
Absolutely.
But like he's just like, what? No, me?
Come on.
Why would I lie about that?
I love that you're such a sociopath.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
what are you talking about?
And you're believed. If you're the one that's like,
well, she's freaking out. I don't know. Even if he's right, then like she's psycho.
I loved that.
Didn't that also happen on Taco Tuesday?
Yeah,
it was
Taco Tuesday was
Christy and Nick.
Oh yeah.
And he freaked out, and they didn't believe him, but he was right.
Anybody want tacos?
I don't think
they had the whole argument, and they're like,
"Anybody want some cake?"
No. Yeah, it's just like that.
Good old Libra.
That's us reminiscing about other seasons. Wow. But yeah, that pretty much is all we had. I feel like for tonight's episode, at least. Indy's probably going home. I'm very interested to see if Polly says that
she did one up me
eating a muffin.
That would be good.
That would be the best. That would be
while
the best.
He says goodbye to Jasmine.
Or eating her granola, all of just like surrounded by all of the food that she had hidden.
He has chicken wings.
No, if he started the DR with half of a muffin and was just like,
what if? Like I would change, like if I won HOH, I'd change like my wish list to chicken wings, and then not let Jasmine.
Chicken wings and blueberry muffins.
I want muffins and chicken wings exclusively. That's all I need. Just load it up.
Don't put a single other thing in there.
And I'm gonna hide them all throughout the house.
And barbecue lay chips.
Can y'all reach out to Nicole and have her make more muffins?
Barbecue legs.
Can Nicole send those in? Can she send them the muffins?
She didn't even like them.
Little gummy walking boots.
Candy canes.
That'd be pretty fun.
Candy canes would be fucking perfect.
Then we go
Jasmine,
right
you want one?
bed.
She would not get it at all.
I heard you're a fan of cane.
And Mississippi mud pies.
It's not Christmas.
I mean, I feel like she is going to, if she wins HOH again, she's going to ask for black hair dye in her HOH basket because
she's blonde.
Well, her roots are blonde. The rest of her hair is black. She just keeps like doing, like spreading her hair to like look at her roots in the mirror.
Indy was like, I don't see it.
So were Alyssa and Kyle.
I don't. Yeah, she showed it like in the last 24 hours. I have not gotten to watch a ton of feeds, but every single time I've had them on, at least one point, she has been like, "Look, you can see the blonde in my roots," and whoever she's talking to is like,
"No,
I don't see him."
By blonde, do you mean black?
It doesn't. I think you're making that up. Look, I don't care if you don't have blonde in your hair. I don't care. I'm not going to judge you based on that.
Right? I wouldn't be surprised if her hair was like brown, but it's not blonde.
I just want Turner to be like, listen, I'm not trying to make a joke about the Atlanta school curriculum, but do you know your colors?
She grew up in Mississippi.
Or Mississippi. Whatever.
I think that's school curriculum.
Which, by the way, is fair because Mississippi is always ranked last.
Of itself.
Not a blonde picture of her.
B Bean says, "Did I miss all of the 10-second talk?"
No, we didn't talk about it. That I think.
What?
Why did he? So they have. Kyle and Alyssa have had sex, I guess, 3 times now.
Wow.
And like
seconds.
After
which, by the way, I love Alyssa
3
for
times.
this. Love Alyssa for this.
Well, she did throw her back out, but not because of Kyle.
Yeah.
She threw it out. She didn't get it blown out.
I think this was Kyle's first time.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
2 other people.
But like
that he says.
I can't understand her as a person because she just keeps talking to his mom on the feeds and is like, "Don't hate me. I'm gonna be a good wife, and I'm staring at this leaky ceiling, and all I can think about is your son at the end of the aisle." I'm
at
only
me.
into a Jasmine accent right now. That's not
Yeah.
what
Well,
this sounds like at all.
I mentioned it, but we didn't
So
say for people
gross.
that haven't heard. Kyle apologized for only lasting 10 seconds, and she said, and this is why I said,
Honestly, I've never related to Kyle more in my life.
yeah, when she goes, it's the perfect amount of time for this house. I was like, love her now.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, but like, yeah. So they've had
You're
sex
so
guys.
hot. I'm sorry.
God, no, it's not worth it for her to have to do it 3 times on national television.
B-Bean does say 10
half
plus
of
10 plus 10 is 30 seconds.
out.
So
I just
like
think-
she's just there
Great
to
point.
just be a dumpster at that point. And
Yeah.
that poor Alyssa.
Oh.
Whoa! Whoa!
I didn't
Emma
know.
with the hot take.
wow.
You're just gonna call her a CD like that?
She's not a
left out-
CD.
You
It's
left out.
just-
Word.
Wow. I hope he was wearing a condom.
He's not. I don't think
She's on
I don't
birth
think he
control.
is.
She's on birth
That's what
control.
I'm saying. Like,
Well,
she
give the
him
poor
that.
boy a condom and some Roman swipes and let him last 15 seconds. Jesus.
She has to do that on TV for
I
him.
know.
She did say dumpster. She did say dumpster.
I just like. Oh,
I don't mean it in the totally derogatory
Well,
way,
you
but
did.
like think about
you
it
did.
like, logistically.
I hope he just starts calling her his little Boston cream pie.
please stop. Ew.
Hey, blame Emma. She opened the door for this.
What I really
It's
dislike
not that
about
graphic.
My little
what I
jelly
really dislike
donut.
about Kyle is that he was just like, sorry, I'm bad at sex. Sorry, I only lasted seconds. Which, like,
Been there.
that's fine. You can
They
do
do,
other
Polly.
things. But he was just like, up 10 seconds, I'm done. Doop, 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 doop. Sorry.
Here's
Look,
the towel.
that's
Polly says,
fine.
why
Well, he doesn't want his mom to see him under the covers for that long on the feeds.
Polly says, why would Big Brother not supply condoms? Well,
They
they
do.
do, but sometimes the sensation, it just feels better without.
Wow.
Babe,
Jesus is watching,
it feels
Alex.
better.
Oh, so that explains the 10 seconds.
Exactly.
Yeah, he could
Yeah.
control it.
He could benefit from
Maybe
He was excited.
She,
She was sucking on his fingers for weeks. When it was time, boy was
Hey,
like an overinflated balloon. He was ready to
First
pop.
time,
you wouldn't find 10 seconds romantic, Allison? It's because you're so hot.
I can't. He's just such a goofy human. Like,
You're
he's
just so
30,
pretty.
and I forget that all the time because he is a man child. And like, you know that he was like, oh, there it goes. Oh,
I'm so sorry, but I'm
When
so
he's doing- when
sleepy
he's doing
now.
a goofy
I'd love to take
impression.
care of you, but I'm just so
6 seconds
sleepy.
doing it.
yeah.
My ex.
Sorry, I mean we don't do foreplay in Utah.
Do it after.
Poor
It is
Alyssa.
that
Twice this
Mormonism.
week, I've got to say poor Alyssa.
Okay, In White Proud says, let's be real. It's very rare that people have beauty, personality, and brains. Lucky to find people who have 2 of the 3. Taylor clearly has 2 of the 3. It's as simple as that.
I
She's
think
got
she's
beauty.
smart too.
She's
Yeah,
probably not at Big Brother.
I agree,
Bad
and that
at
might
Big
be 2 of the
Brother.
3.
You don't think she's got a good personality?
She's got a good personality. She's a
I
very
think
likable
she
person.
goes in
I think I would be
waves.
like friends with her.
Don't
And I
get
do
me wrong.
think she's smart, just probably not, like,
just
obviously
not-
not in the game of Big Brother. But then,
No,
again,
she's
she
She's
was
got more in
isolated.
all categories than I have.
She was isolated right off the bat, so I feel like she is playing kind of like from behind, you know? Like, I don't... I think
Like
her
Kyle?
experience is a lot different.
Excuse me, he's ex-Mormon. He's an ex-Mo. They only do missionary.
He's normal now. Right?
Well,
They
hold on.
apparently-
Maybe
There was
he
no
should
soaking.
try soaking. Yeah,
That is-
try
that is what the
soaking. You
Mormons
might
do.
last
They
longer
soak.
than
Is
10
that
seconds.
why he can't last? Is because he's just
You go
used to
in and
soaking?
you just kind of let it sit
All of
there and
these words
soak.
are way worse than dumpster.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Soaking.
That's what they
That's
call
what they
it.
call
I'm
it.
not Mormon. I just report
I know,
what I'm
but
reporting
that's
what
Emma.
the
so
people
much
say.
more graphic.
Emma clearly spends so much less time on the internet
It's
than
so
the
much
rest
more
of us.
graphic than a sea
I
dumpster.
didn't say the sea. I just said dumpster.
I don't know why I'm not saying the sea. It's just
Yeah.
saying it as a
Yeah.
entire phrase
This
is
is why I
just
didn't
very
say
like.
it.
"Oh."
This is a raunchy Big Brother podcast.
This is Big Brother After Dark, ladies and gentlemen.
Matthew's like, what did I walk into?
You walked into a cum dumpster, Matthew.
Apparently, so did Kyle.
It's just a little one.
just soaking. And,
Matthew, Alyssa and Kyle had sex and Kyle lasted 10 seconds. That's what we're talking about.
I mean, also, I'd like to point out that Allison was the first one to say the full thing. I just
Allison
said CD.
Say CD.
Yeah, I know I did.
We're gentlemen. We wouldn't say that in the presence of.
But you would say soaking.
Well, that's
That's-
scientific term.
That is a legitimate sexual act that takes place in the Mormon religion.
In
Actually, it's
Mormonia,
kind of
that's what
outside
they
the
call
religion,
it.
but
It's not a slang term. It's not
It's
sex.
still a sin.
it's like when
How
you're
Kyle
so
lived
drunk
his
that
life, known as the 10-second man. The common name is Minute Man, but he is less than that. Well, he has to have sex 3 more times then.
Yeah.
He'd be a
That'll
Minute
happen.
Man.
That'll happen.
That'll happen.
Maybe. Well, it
We'll
was
make a minute in
I
the
mean,
house.
to get gross. Like it was like her
Meme
final
idea.
month, so maybe it
Oh,
was
Pat.
more like
meme idea.
You
It
don't
was-
want to
it
say
was-
lubricated,
it was
but
wet.
you
Okay,
say soaking.
okay, meme idea.
So, it went faster.
Oh, no.
In the original Fast and the Furious, Paul Walker wrecks the car, and Vin Diesel tells him, "You owe me a 10-second car." Then cut to Kyle's face.
That's a deep cut. I don't remember that at all.
Oh yeah,
I
Yeah.
believe you.
yeah.
This is
Felicia,
a great
you-
conversation. We thought it was over with.
You tried to end it 10
do
minutes
not have
ago,
to
and I
Google
derailed it.
Don't worry. Felicia, don't Google it. Mormons, before they get married, they soak. That's the
It's
thing
not-
that they do. Where
It's
So-
the P goes in the V, and then they don't move.
You just sit
It's
there.
like,
You just soak it in.
just soak it up.
I think
Bask
that
in
probably
it.
wouldn't even work for him. I bet it would
It's-
still happen.
No.
No, that's the
it's
point.
like-
No, that's the point. Is you don't come because God would be angry at that.
Discipline.
I don't think I think if he lasts 10 seconds, I think even just that is enough.
I don't know. I mean, if he had a jumper, that's your friend that you get to bounce on the bed. So there is movement, but it's not you. You're still pure.
Well, at that point,
If
that's
he
a
had
three-way.
jumper, he would do it.
That's a three-way.
All right, now I have to Google it.
Do it.
There's a third party involved.
Not always.
Just sometimes.
And this is legitimate.
Remember that
So,
song?
somebody will move the bed sometime because you're not doing it.
That song,
Yeah.
Jumper? I
Jumper
wish you
rap.
would step up that bed, my friend. What do you think you wanted him to step on the bed for? You wanted him to jump on the
Step
bed.
back
so he
from
could-
that bed, my friend.
Felicia goes, "Don't move. It's for
Understand.
Jesus."
Don't move.
I didn't think it was real either.
Can't confirm
until-
when I was with the Mormon girl this is true. Did she make you soak, Matthew?
Stop it. Or did she just tell you
What?
about it?
Does that not count?
We're learning so much.
How does
today.
that?
It's
oh.
like when, like, you do it in a different hole and it doesn't count.
So
Sounds like
it
a-
really
Yeah.
doesn't count.
No, it was my butt. It doesn't
There is
count.
no room for
I'm
Jesus
Oh.
when it's
virgin.
in
Oh
there.
no, Brock. The Dutch rudder is very different. That's a special bond between two bros.
Dutch rudder.
The Dutch rudder is when I grab mine and you grab yours. Then with my other arm, I grab your shoulder and I work your shoulder while you do the same to me. So like you're not
Mutual
jerking me
masturbation.
and I'm not jerking you, but like both of us are getting jerked by ourselves. Our friends just doing
You're
the
not
motion.
jerking my way.
This is
I'm
guy
not
stuff.
jerking yours.
Yeah, just guy things.
Just guys
I mean,
being dudes.
Dudes
I
being
mean, you
bros.
had already passed out,
Right.
but you know, bachelor party, no big deal.
It's what the
Bros
Beatles
and the
did,
brethren.
right?
That's what the Beatles did. Yeah. It's fine. How do you think they wrote Eleanor Rigby?
I'm not sleeping tonight.
You're just gonna be picturing
I was just
Picturing-
weirded out.
Dutch rudders and soaking all night.
Lucky
Everybody's
for
got
you,
some homework
Alex.
tonight.
Googling. I'm not in the know.
You need to find yourself on ex-Mormon TikTok. I can't talk. Ex-Mormon ex-Mormon
It's
TikTok.
the Mormon TikTok.
Yeah, because they talk about it and how it's like really a legit thing that like they would.
But it's not taught. That's just what the
See,
kids
it's
do.
it's a more ridiculous. Like in high school, people would be like, "Oh, dude, I can't have sex. It's against my religion. Stick it in my ass." Somehow that's a word. That's a way around it. Somehow Mormons went even crazier with it and go, "If you just stick it in but don't move, that's not sex." I'm sorry, you stuck it in. That's Jesus
That's it.
saw that too.
It's like the Mormon version of
the
just the
hymen is
tip.
obliterated.
Wow.
That's
First
too
CD.
far.
and now
Well,
Hyman talk.
Depending on how big Kyle is, it might not have been.
Settle down, ma'am.
I mean, to be fair, Alyssa's has probably been moved out of the way to.
This is
Probably.
the best podcast you've
By
ever done.
gymnastics.
This is our magnum opus.
And yes, Todd and
rode her
Matthew,
bike
yes,
too hard one
Zach and
day.
Miri is what taught all of us
Too
about.
far, Emma.
Emma's been the dirtiest one this podcast.
Yeah.
I used a technical term. That is
Disgusting.
I wasn't aware that dumpster was a technical term.
Oh, shoot,
Oh, yeah.
hymen.
The hymen.
What scientists taught
Also,
you that?
dumpster is still a technical term.
It's
by
in the
itself?
dictionary.
It is.
For
Urban
for
Dictionary.
garbage, it is.
It's stuff that he's disposing.
Was
So
The technical term for the dumpster would be a vagina.
It is not
I wouldn't
always.
call it. I wouldn't call it dumpster.
No,
I
'cause
would not say that.
maybe it just went on her.
Yeah, maybe he needed to throw a good towel.
Well, but the first
Maybe-
time they did it, they
Maybe-
wanted to have.
Superman that hoe, as some
Maybe
would
he
say.
Spider-Maned her and then just wiped it off.
Or maybe he did the Simba. You know the Simba? Simba.
On the podcast description, I want to be like, the gang talks about tonight's Veto episode and dumpsters.
Dude, think about it. We almost ended, and now we've done
I blame BB.
17
BB
minutes.
The hero we didn't know we needed.
17 minutes on soaking.
Time, please.
Like Bean, I know always watches Taron Armstrong when he's doing his live feed updates.
Mhm.
But like, Taron doesn't curse, nor does he talk about sea dumpsters. So like, maybe that's why
No,
he actually has a lot of
he-
followers and people that like listen
On
to him. But
today's,
like,
he said
this is
damn,
Machi.
and I was surprised.
he's very
It's a
that
good
guy's the
show.
fucking best in the biz. But
This is not a kid's show.
like bleeps out curse words too.
Yeah, we
It's a
don't do
CD party.
that.
Is it a CD release party?
Oh,
Don't you
there's a
dare
release.
apologize, Bean. Don't you dare apologize.
And it's quick.
Don't.
I will repent.
Oh my god. I mean, I think Kyle deserves it. He deserves all this torment. He's-
Sex?
No.
Oh yeah,
listen
that's
to
so
him.
tormenting for him.
Poor Alyssa.
I mean, people
Poor
talking
guy.
about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He deserves
He's
it. He's
crying
being
if
a
he can't.
whole butt.
Well, I mean, 10 seconds basically.
Well, he
is
hasn't done that
soaking.
yet.
I said being, not taking.
Oh,
It can't
not yet.
qualify as soaking if there was an end result.
I'm just saying it's the same sensation. You can soak for 45 minutes or you can hump for 10. You're getting the same friction.
No, you're not, because if you're soaking, you're not getting the friction.
No, you're right. There's about 3, because 10
Well,
seconds.
then
Let's say
insertion.
that's about
I would
It would
never
just
know.
be
I've never had
5.
The first entrance and exit would be the only friction.
Yeah. So like, yeah, no, the 10 seconds would still be what, 5 pumps, maybe generously.
What is he jackhammering her?
I mean, it's Kyle. It's Kyle.
Oh no!
Okay, hold on. Todd is just using a line from Zach and Miri right now.
Frosted like a cupcake.
That's fine. That's been what most of the chat has been about, which I've seen,
but, like-
and I don't know how I missed all of this.
What we're like not
Been a
talking about
while.
though is that like they did it in like the bedroom that like Indy then walked in like 5 seconds afterwards. So like if
Yeah,
you
of
had
course
gone
they did.
15 seconds,
It's too much.
you would have got walked in.
Oh,
It's like
she's a
they-
sex
the first
therapist.
time
She knew.
the first time they went to
She could have
the
coached him through
have-not room.
and gotten it to last longer.
Boy.
Oh, that's
There you
man,
go. You
dude.
did
They
it.
should
Next time
soak.
we need to bring her in.
They should soak, and Indy should be the jumper.
Indy go, yes. It's all coming together now, gang.
Look, Kyle, move your hips like you're a marionette puppet.
You just
That's
wanted
a
to say
throwback.
JC.
That's a throwback to Alex's JC impression of Indy.
Oh my god!
I guess.
Oh no, you know when the season's over and they all go back and watch it, Indy is going to reach out and be like, Kyle.
I
let me
can
help
help
you
you.
I mean, she totally is.
Oh,
Well,
were they
that's the
just
thing
like
is
Winnie the Pooh under the covers and she came in?
She what in?
that they've got to be Winnie the Poohing. I don't even know if they're Winnie the Poohing or if they're just literally like pulling it out.
What do you mean Winnie the Pooh?
The
He's
old
got his hand
school.
in the honey pot?
No,
They got like
shirt on, no
she's got like
pants.
athletic shorts. She just slide them to the side.
She was in jeans when they had this conversation.
Yeah, it's wild.
Or maybe jean shorts. I don't know, but still, like,
It's very easy to pull down shorts.
She's very hot, or like likes the cameras.
She might have a bit of like a, what is it?
I think when you're all horned up, sometimes that's the only thing.
Bricked up. He's bricked up.
It's all bricked
up.
up.
She might not be bricked up.
She's definitely not. If he's apologizing, that means nothing. She just was there for like 10 seconds.
Well,
and
she
then
probably
was
wanted
like,
it.
My mom had to watch me do this.
I did see somebody today was like, there's just so many other things you can do that's not just like, they said like penetrative, but other ways, please your partner. It's like, I don't think he's just going to go eat box like in the middle of the Big Brother house. Like that's kind of... like that's weird, right? Like I get like I'm not saying having sex is the best thing. Like is like the most like appropriate thing in Big Brother house. They're consenting adults, but
he's a Mormon. He doesn't know foreplay.
But like also like, don't you think it'd be way weirder to like go down on somebody in the Big Brother house as opposed to just like poke?
Didn't somebody do that and you could definitely see their head moving?
Was it Austin?
I'm sure, like, but the seasons nowadays, they don't.
Yeah, he told, was it Liz that he hooked up with?
Yeah.
At 17, he was like, no, they turn the cameras off in the HOH room when it's night. And she was like,
it was called Fingergate. Because I think he told
Emma's about to get bonked.
He told everybody.
Wait, what is when
just Googled.
And then they asked her in the backyard, I think.
Wait, hold on.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
BB, what does it say when you Google it? Because in my head, Winnie the Poohing is just walking around with a shirt and no pants.
Yeah,
that is what Winnie the Poohing is.
Looking it up.
Is it whole hand in the honey pot?
That's right.
Is it getting stuck in a tree trunk?
Well, the first thing on Urban Dictionary is when someone wears a shirt but no pants, like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
But then if you go down one, this sex act consists of fisting one's butthole and then licking their fingers.
So that's not what we meant.
It looks a lot like Winnie the Pooh eating honey out of a jar.
No.
We just did not have the pants on.
Just
Sure,
definition
no
number one, please.
Just that is
Well, when he said he cannot unread what he read, I knew I had to go one more
just
down.
A full Winnie. I say that all the time. I was just a full Winnie the Pooh. That's not what I mean.
There's other descriptions that I can read if you want.
No,
maybe we'll start just saying Donald Ducking.
Donald Ducking.
Donald Duck.
Mickey Mouse.
Donald Ducking is good. Wait, Mickey Mouse wears pants.
Reverse Mickey Mouse. No gloves, no pants.
Yeah, we may have to stick to Donald Duck. Is Donald Ducking anything?
Read 3, Pat. What's the third one say?
Well, I already moved on to Donald Ducking.
Is that a thing? Is there something terrible?
Well, the first one is just walking around without a shirt. The second one is walking around without a shirt with a boner. And with a boner. The third one, and I'm just going to read this live, because the action of sucking a large penis so forcefully that an involuntary sound emerges from the throat reminiscent of a quacking duck.
Stop. I can never be president if I'm on this podcast.
No.
That ship's already sailed, Miss CD.
Brock's right. At least it wasn't the great Blumpkin Charlie Brown. You don't even want to get into that one.
That's a good point.
I know what that one
That's a good
is.
point.
But at least there's privacy in there.
Yeah.
Well, not if 2 people are in there.
I mean, you could argue that is the ultimate form of intimacy, because after that, there's no secrets.
No.
Splashing.
Remember when we almost ended this 23 minutes ago, and then I said one thing, and now we're here.
BB Bean.
Credit.
No, Alex was trying to do his wrap up, and then I talked over him like I do when I'm drunk, and now we're here.
But BB Bean brought up 10 seconds.
I think we all learned a lot tonight.
I learned
I
so
think
much.
maybe this was the most educational one.
Yeah, now I'm gonna.
intentionally. And
I think
thinking
this was the most fun one of the year. I just wish we had Chris here with us
this
because
is definitely our best podcast.
Chris would be dying.
We when I send this into like the radio like podcast
Dumpster.
awards or whatever, I'll be like, this is the one you need to watch, guys.
No,
if we titled these, I would say this one was definitely called
this is
Dumpster.
what's gonna get us our EGOT.
Is Emma really that shy, or does she deserve an Emmy for
You going for your Tony?
She's opening up. She's opening
No,
up. That's what
this
she said.
That's your fiance, dog. Shit.
Oh,
This is
This will definitely be referenced in my speech that I was not asked to make at the wedding.
Grandparents would be there.
maybe like Taylor's
Grandma's gonna learn something.
Taylor's gonna come out of the house and probably get a Lay's endorsement. I bet Roman Swipes could hit up Kyle and maybe,
Definitely.
Help them.
they could probably work something out.
Definitely.
It's already
We'll put the
rated
explicit tag on it for
yeah.
sure. But yeah, guys, I don't know what else we can teach you guys today. We'll do some more research. We'll look up some Urban Dictionary stuff, and we'll talk about sea dumpsters and everything else
We'll
tomorrow.
make a link.
Oh, you won't be on the podcast
I
tomorrow.
won't be
What
on
are we
the
gonna
podcast
do?
Oh no, no.
Oh, tomorrow-
dumpsters.
Tomorrow it's not going to go there.
The funny thing is, it doesn't go there when Emma's not here. She's the catalyst, but it's a 2-hour episode tomorrow, so I'll probably be drunker.
Oh,
So
Lord.
that'll be fun for you two.
Kyle would get a floaty manufacturer, Brandon. That's not a bad idea.
honestly.
Maybe it's floaties. You know those people
Fucking
who like
floats.
just get off by rubbing a floaty? Maybe that's his thing.
Objectophilia?
Yeah.
When it's like that guy fucked his car? Or
There's
the
a
one
guy-
who married
no,
Guy
there's a-
Flower?
There's a guy in Florida that every year gets arrested for fucking his inflatable pool floaties in
Why
public.
does he get arrested? Oh,
It's been like 4 years in a row.
Where
4
does he
years in
take
a row.
them for this? What
He just-
field trip do they
I
go
don't
on?
know. It's just, but like if you look it
Yeah.
up, Florida man inflatable pool floaty, Google it. It's been like 4 years in a row. He
There are
keeps
those
getting
people
arrested.
who like sit on balloons and get off just from like the popping.
I think that's a different.
Maybe
I don't
he's
think that counts as objectophilia, though. I think that's something else.
As a dude, I feel like that
that's
would
just the
hurt.
key.
Let's all do it as homework tonight.
It's
And
a little fun.
like a pool noodle. Well, it does have an opening in it.
Ooh.
You get someone to sit on the other side of it and go, "Phew."
Pool noodle is really just like a
That's your jumper.
styrofoam fleshlight, if you think about it.
Fucking wrap it up. We've gone long enough. Jesus Christ. I spent a lot of time on the internet, Todd.
That's Pat's personal friends with that guy, actually.
Pat sees it every year, and he's like, "That's my man."
Hey, Bill's just a misunderstood guy,
Cleans the
okay?
floaties.
There goes my hero.
But the cum dumpster floaties over there, Florida.
Dreams are going to be very different.
All right, guys. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this.
That's what Kyle
Thank you for
said.
everybody that stuck around. Thank you guys for everybody that stuck around. Shout out to BB,
So many of
the
them stuck
MVP.
around.
The MVP. Yeah, we've gained. We gotta learn more now. Hold
We
on.
got a definition.
Yeah,
Romantic attraction,
Okay,
focus on
yeah.
particular.
I wasn't
Maybe-
making that word up. I've
Maybe
watched
he doesn't-
documentaries on it. It's weird.
Floaties.
Damn right, Brock. I got a reputation to uphold.
Oh, like it's him.
I go to Florida, so the article just says Florida man, but they don't know. It's Texas
I bring
man.
the floaties. They're my carry on.
Oh my god. Well,
Let's wrap this
Well.
shit up. Let's,
And with
let's-
that, I'm out.
Yeah. At
gotta work in the
Pass Gay
morning.
Bro, if you want to give us a follow. If you want to share us with your friends, this is the podcast to share with them, right, guys? This is the one. It's educational.
This is the one.
It's
is
about
this
your
the
favorite
longest one that
show.
we've done.
We said that's what Kyle
It may have
said.
been, and half of it
That's
was
what
just
Alyssa said. That's
CD
what Kyle
talk. It was 10 seconds times a lot.
Kyle counted to 13, and it was definitely the longest one they've done
Think how
yet.
many times Kyle could have come in this podcast? Like he could come hundreds,
Yeah.
thousands.
I feel that.
He'd be very dehydrated.
I feel like this is our best work, guys.
Proud of
I
you.
do too.
When you
Hang this
hey,
podcast
hey,
in the
hey.
Louvre.
All three of you. Hey, look at me. Proud of you.
Proud of
Emma.
you guys.
Emma, proud of you.
Emma, dirty.
Who'd have thought? Not me.
At Past Grade Bro, give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you're listening to podcasts. Write in the review, like, be like, hey, I like when they talk about sea dumpsters. That's my favorite part of the podcast. Write that. Give us a 5-star review. Share us with a friend. So hit like if this isn't reason enough to subscribe to the YouTube channel, get the fuck over there. Hit subscribe to it. We're gonna be back tomorrow after the 2-hour episode. Who knows what's gonna happen? Indy's probably gonna be gone. I don't know how many times Kyle would have had sex in that time, but
maybe Kyle will be separated from his sea dumpster.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Kyle's gonna be so horny again.
That's the only way they're gonna get her out of the house with Kyle in there.
It is the birthday of the compact disc. That's a different CD than we're talking about on tonight's podcast. And no word on whether or not Kyle did catch Mississippi.
No, that'd be if he was fucking Jasmine.
One Mississippi.
I don't think he would have come. Don't think he would have. Okay, at Past Grade Bro, give us 5-star review, share us with a friend. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging with us on this weird fucking podcast.
Best one we've ever done.
We will be back tomorrow. We love you guys. Until we talk to you next time, pass the gravy. Bros.
Big brother, it's big brother. It's my brother, it's your brother, it's our brother. It's his brother, it's her brother, it's their brother. On Pass the Gravy Bro.